Hi there, I am Scott Lowe with ActualTech Media, and we are here with our final interview from ZertoCon 2019, where I'm joined by Mike Adams, who is Senior Director of Product Marketing for VMware. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
And we're back again with Rob Strechay, who is the Senior Vice President of Product for Zerto.
Thanks for having me.
This is our third time that we've gotten the chat
it
with you on
is.
camera. So we want to talk about how VMware and Zerto are powering transformation for the enterprise. Who wants to start with sort of an overview of what this actually means?
I'll take it. I'll give it a shot. Why not?
Sure.
So we've been working together for a while. VMware and Zerto have been partners since 2010. We have a capability called VMware Alliance Partners, and that allows us to integrate and basically talk shop with what we're doing, right, and bring out new solutions together. And I think it's pretty key that we work on this availability construct. And one of the big programs that we have there is something we call VAIO. Which is the vSphere APIs for I/O filtering. Sounds like a long piece, but it's really key for our integration capabilities, because what we wanted to do is we wanted to have great partners like Zerto be able to tie in with our functionality very easily. So this capability we have, it's called a VIB. It's a VMware installation bundle. It takes the code that we need from Zerto, puts it into the stack, and allows us to access that. And when we do that, it basically allows us to intercept I/O that's coming from the VM, headed for the virtual disk, and do something unique with it. And in this case, replication is a use case, right? And so we do it the right way, and that gives a lot of really cool benefits for the end user.
So from Zerto's perspective, how does this look different than what just a straight-up Zerto implementation, or does it look different at all?
Yeah, it's going to look very similar, right? And I think that what we found is that we have some unique technology that we combined with the VAIO APIs. We can do some very unique things that no other company can go and do. So based on our journal-based technology that we have and using our continuous data protection and replication, we can actually do things that we think give our customers an advantage. But part of it was also making sure that there are features that are tied to this VAIO construct that we want to be able to use, like secure boot, which enables customers to boot up and all the way from knowing that what they're booting is really what they're booting. I guess
Exactly.
That's simplest way of putting it.
Supposed to be that way.
Yes.
It is supposed to be that way, and it helps prevent against BIOS hacks and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And I think that's a big piece of what we're looking to do, is allow our customers to utilize as the innovation within the vSphere stack continues, because it will. We want to give them tighter integration to those features that are going to be exposed through this API. And over time, we're looking to transition to the VAIO stack fully. So, and our customers should see really no difference long term over that. In the near term, there's some differences in how it operates and things of that nature that will overcome in continuing releases. But it's going to be a journey. But we're excited to be on this journey with VMware and be a strong partner with them.
So in this kind of an alliance, I mean, help me understand how it works. Does this,
Sure.
Does what Zerto's bringing to the table inform VMware's development efforts to a point on what they're going to be bringing into vSphere to help better integrate tools like Zerto into the platform? Now, obviously, VAIO is one thing,
Right.
But do their specific needs inform some of the development framework?
I think so, because when we looked at the way we had done things before, we've always been great partners, but the way we had done things before, it didn't make as much sense in how it actually was received by the customer. Mm-hmm. And then also there were some issues around things like at a cluster level, if we didn't have this one change, it would take down the entire cluster if something happened.
That's bad.
Right, exactly. And so now with this integration point, you don't have that any longer. You have VM isolation, you have the ability to add things like encryption, and it's just done the right way. And as a result, Zerto's going to get some great benefits out of tying in with this particular framework. It's like putting, extension cord that talks the right way, right?
Right.
And that's going to be very significant for customers as we think about how the technology adds to IT resiliency.
Now, obviously, Zerto's been running on VMware for a very, very long time.
Yep.
What you said, there's some new things that people are going to be able to do, secure boot and things like that. What are some of the business-centric outcomes they'll be able to see from this integration they may not be able to see right now?
Yeah, I think, again, Zerto will continue to operate like Zerto.
Right.
So you'll Zerto your VMs from one platform to another platform, be it from vSphere to vSphere or what have you. I think what we're looking for is we also want to make sure as VAIO gets added into other environments from VMware, that we are there with them in going there. So I think that longer term, it continues to increase our the places we can go. And I think that's a big piece of it.
Yeah.
If I was hearing you correctly, it almost sounds like it removes some bottlenecks for Zerto's to continue to expand into the vSphere market, because they were running into some issues at scale, or at the cluster level that you're going to eliminate. There were some security issues that you couldn't turn on secure boot with Zerto, but now you can, things like that.
Yeah, and you can leverage basically by getting into this I/O filter stack. It gives Zerto a number of benefits, right? So we mentioned the secure boot. We have integration into the storage policy-based management. So that says, okay, I can select Zerto right out of the interface. We've done a lot of plug-in work before, but actually being in this policy engine for storage makes a whole lot of sense. It makes it very visible to customers. There's VM isolation. So if one VM has an issue, none of the other VMs will be affected. One of the core benefits of the platform. And then you have agnostic capability when it comes to the guest OS that you're running. So a lot of those really cool benefits. But yeah, again, security and standardization, I think, is a big thing for a lot of our customers.
Yeah. And especially in particularly in things like the U.S. federal government, which it's been one of the things that's been highly asked for.
Secure boot is important there.
Yeah, secure boot's pretty important. And so when we looked at it and we said, hey, we've been in the federal government, but if you want to go into some of these other acronymed areas, you really need to be playing with the full stack. Yeah. And so for us, this was definitely the right time for us to engage with VMware on this API. I think we're learning about their API. They're learning about how we operate and how we currently do things like managing across clusters and doing things between different versions and things of that nature, which we'll still bring to the table. And we'll add our value add on top of the APIs as well. So I think that what we've always been able to do, we plan to continue doing.
Right.
And at the same time, it's bringing in, and as we mature our version of use of VAIO, things will become even stronger together.
And keeping on that federal theme, one of the great benefits of being in this stack now, we actually insert encryption into that stack as well. So the combination, in the federal space, encryption is becoming more and more important, if not important already, right? And so this is one of the benefits. You'll have an encrypted capability, and that'll exist between the two companies.
Is this primarily a technology partnership, or is there a sales alliance here as well in some way, shape, or form?
Today it's a technology partnership.
Okay. Yeah, just curious. Is there opportunity for more in the future, you think?
I bet you we have many of the same partners, actually, that go to market. And so you have people that sell...
Meeting in the channel and stuff like that.
Yeah, we've always been strong. And in fact, that's where we started, right, in 2011 with the first version. It was really VMware-centric and VMware-centric partners. But we have some other great alliance partners together, like HPE, who resells Zerto as well.
Yeah.
And through our cloud providers, we actually have a heavy overlap between things like vCloud Director and Zerto. So when you start to look at those two and the integrations we have there, it's just a continuation of the technology partnership that we have. And that actually drives a lot of the channel strategy too.
So VAIO's, available today. Is the partnership available today, or is it coming? What you're doing here. Is this something
we're actively working on it. We're planning to ship the VAIO product, the VAIO version, as part of our 7.5.
Okay, what's the time frame for 7.5?
It's Q3.
Q3? Q3 2019, for those who are watching this in 2020.
Yes.
Okay, so it's something in development right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have beta testers, I assume?
We will. We're about 40% of the way through that version at this point.
So
we should be into what we call feature preview sometime in August.
Very good. So this is really exciting for customers. Especially those that have run into some of the limitations that you mentioned, as well as those that have been looking for more security in their environments.
Absolutely.
So this is a great news story. It's great to be able to hear it early as well.
Absolutely.
One of the things that's really interesting is you guys are willing to talk about things early, with a lot of customers, or a lot of people aren't.
Yeah.
It's really great to hear that. Like last year, we got to hear a lot about some of the things that we're seeing come to fruition this year.
Yeah. I think a big piece of it is, and I kind of said this on stage, is that I'd rather under-promise and over-deliver. And if we're going to announce something, we're going to bring it out.
Absolutely.
And, this is not a we like to have a lot of transparency with our customers. Also, our customers are the one who drive our roadmap, and VAIO made sense because our customers wanted it, and I think that we go and do things in that way, and that's how we've built the business. And we're very much, as Zeev said in his keynote yesterday, it's really about listening to the customers,
Absolutely.
which is why this event is fantastic for that.
Absolutely.
Very good. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me for our final discussion at ZertoCon.
Thank you.
Thanks, Scott.